Hey, welcome back. I'm Henry Hunter, and this is the Home Baker's Guide to Oven Setup and Steam, brought to you by Crust and Crumb Academy. Today we're on Lesson 2, Enclosed Baking Environments. By the end of this one, you'll understand exactly why a covered pot produces better bread than almost anything else you can do in a home oven, and what your options are if a Dutch oven isn't in the picture. Let's get into it. Here's what we're covering: the closed loop, which is the secret behind why enclosed baking works at all; the Dutch oven and some advanced tweaks you may not have tried yet; alternative gear, from loaf pans to cloches; and when enclosed baking is actually the wrong call. The closed loop. Your dough steams itself. Forget trying to fill your whole oven with steam. That's a lot of effort for inconsistent results. What you actually want is to trap the moisture right where you need it, directly around the loaf. When you bake inside a covered vessel, the water already in your dough evaporates, circulates inside that small space, and creates the perfect environment for oven spring without you doing anything extra. The dough does the work. That's the closed loop. The Dutch oven is the home baker's best friend. Here's why. It traps steam perfectly. It delivers intense, even bottom heat. And it's forgiving, even in ovens that vent aggressively. If you've been getting flat loaves or pale crusts, your baking environment is usually the problem, and a Dutch oven fixes most of that. Preheated versus cold start. I get this question constantly. Preheating gives you intense bottom heat, maximum oven spring, and the best ear development. The trade-off is that it requires careful handling. A Dutch oven at 500 degrees is serious. Cold start is a valid choice, not a compromise, a real choice. You'll get a slightly gentler bake and a bit less spring, but it's much safer to handle, and the results are still excellent. Don't let anyone tell you cold start is wrong. It's not. Here's an advanced tweak worth trying. At the 7-minute mark, briefly remove the lid to release early pressure. Then put it right back on. This helps the score open up before the crust sets. It can make a real difference on lower hydration doughs where ear formation is harder to get. Try it once and see what you think. If you need a steam boost, add a couple of ice cubes. 2 or 3 cubes tossed beside the dough right before the lid goes on creates an instant surge of extra moisture. This works especially well for denser, lower hydration doughs. Not a lot, just 2 or 3 cubes right next to the loaf. Now let's talk about matching your vessel to your shape. A round Dutch oven is ideal for a boule. An oval roaster works better for a batard. If you're baking baguettes or multiple loaves at once, you need a wider covered vessel. A roasting pan with a lid works well here. The double loaf pan method is one of the most underrated techniques in home baking. 2 pans, same size, one inverted on top as a lid. Lightweight, easy to handle, and it creates a solid enclosed environment for sandwich loaves. Simple, and it works. If you don't have a lid, the foil tent is your option. Loosely crimp foil over your pan and leave clearance above the dough. Your loaf is going to spring up roughly 2 inches. The foil needs room for that. Pull the foil at 15 to 20 minutes to let the crust finish. The metal bowl cover works if you've got a baking stone. Invert a large metal bowl over the loaf right after loading. The bowl has to be preheated with the stone. A cold bowl on a hot surface is a thermal shock you want to avoid. Use heavy mitts here, not dish towels. The bread cloche is a purpose-built ceramic baking dome. It sits on a flat base and delivers a gentler, more even bake than cast iron. It's great for boules. Not strictly necessary, but if you bake frequently and want a dedicated tool, it's worth knowing about. Now, when to skip enclosed baking entirely. Enriched doughs like brioche and milk bread don't benefit from steam. The fat and eggs in those doughs change how the crust forms, and trapping moisture actually works against the texture you're after. Egg-washed or glazed breads need direct heat to set the wash and develop color. Steam makes them soggy before they can brown. Breads with seeded crusts need dry heat so the seeds can toast and stick. Keep those open. The big takeaways. Enclosed baking uses the dough's own moisture to create a closed steam loop. You don't need to fill your whole oven. You just need to trap it. Preheated cast iron gives maximum spring. Cold start is safer and still highly effective. Both work. And whatever you're using, Dutch oven, foil tent, or metal bowl, keep the cover on for the first phase, then pull it to finish the crust. Lesson 3 is next. Open baking methods and external steam. That's where we get into baking stones, steam injection techniques, and how to get a serious crust without an enclosed vessel. If you want the full course, plus everything else inside Crust and Crumb Academy, recipes, bake-alongs, direct access to me, come join us at scoo.lv/crust-crumb-academy. And the recipe pantry is where all my recipes live with full step-by-step guidance, timers, and scaling built right in. That's at pantry.bakinggreatbread.com. Perfection is not required. Progress is. I'll see you in Lesson 3.